Hi everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and welcome to Moscow, and welcome to a very interesting new video. Let's go. As the video goes along, everything will make a little bit more sense, and this is the stage where their sporting events are going to take place. The actual stadium where I am here is a multi-purpose stadium, which is not for the sport that we're here to watch today. It's for something completely different. And check this place out. This is pretty cool in itself, just the stadium, let alone what we're about to see. Now I'm here a little bit earlier because it just made sense to come to check it out, to understand what's going to be going on. And I think this could be interesting. I'm really not sure how this video is going to pan out because I haven't seen this in person before, so literally it's either going to be really cool and amazing or not. So if you're watching, I'm an Australian who lives here in the Moscow region. This is actually taking place in the center of Moscow in a volleyball arena of all places. And I make videos about sport, everyday typical things that happen in Russia, and wrestling is a big part of Russian sport. So I hope this is enjoyable. So the event that I've actually come to see is wrestling, or professional wrestling. Now there's a couple of different forms that we're going to see. There is freestyle wrestling, and then there is Greco-Roman wrestling. And currently we've got two different Russians fighting, but there is guys from all different countries, including ladies as well at some point. So I'm not very adept to any of the rules of wrestling. And I am a person who loves sport, attending sport, coming to a live sport. And it's just really interesting to come to something completely different here in Moscow. And the way they've set the stadium up here, so this is a volleyball arena, and it has a capacity of about 5,000 when it's completely full. And they've converted it into a wrestling arena. And there's probably maybe about 1,000 or 2,000 people here. Now, of course, this would really be people who love this sport. And of course, it's very famous and very old at the same time. And a lot of skill involved in how they actually fight and how the scoring system works. So along with all the men fighting, there's actually a couple of ladies wrestling matches. And this is between an Olympic champion from Japan and a Russian fighter. And super interesting. The crowd has got considerably bigger throughout the night. And there is pretty much people sprinkled everywhere in the crowd now, compared to a little bit earlier. So it's really interesting to see. Again, I don't know the rules, but there is a scoring system and a point system that they've got. It's up on the board up there. This is the 62 kilogram class. So a lot of the fights are based on weight classes. And then over here, they've also got judging and scoring systems that they're doing. It's very technical how they're actually doing all of this. Super interesting. One thing that's really interesting at wrestling is the crowd is very quiet. There is moments where they start cheering and going really crazy. However, it's a very quiet sport, and I guess purely because there's a lot of concentration for the fighters. But it's just interesting to come to a sport that I've never seen before in person. Only on television and only in the Olympics. Probably the most interesting fight of the night is actually an American fighter against a Russian fighter. And I think pretty much everybody in the stands, of course, are from Russia. And there'll be a mixture of people from other CIS countries. But it's just super interesting that there is an American fighter. The scoring is very quick in favor of the Russian. And there's probably the most crowd noise of the whole match as well, or the whole evening, which is interesting to hear. And even just the amount of people with cameras and filming this. And I think, there we go, how fast was that? And the American has been defeated very quickly. But in the world of sports, of course, I'm not sure what to say. The very next fight is really interesting because I actually came today with my friend from Turkey, and the fight is between a Turkish fighter and an Uzbekistan-based fighter. And again, the crowd is very interested in these matches, and the scoring is ahead for Uzbekistan. However, it's just super interesting to see international fighters here in Russia, and everybody embracing watching them and seeing them. As I head on out of the stadium, I really hope you've enjoyed this video. I think it's not very long. I hope it's not very long. And I actually just want to thank the organizers of this event for giving me a chance to come and attend. I came as press, and it's always nice to get an invite to different events in Russia. And this one actually is reasonably close to where I live. I would really hope to come back and see more events like this. It's so fascinating for me to see different sporting events in Russia beyond the ice hockey or the football. So really now there's actually a playlist of different sporting events that I've attended. In the running of this and the organizing of it and the amount of work put into setting this up was very big. Now I would say there was probably about 3,000 people there by the time I'm walking out now. They actually had events all day from lunchtime, and I attended the evening session. So you could actually come to the daytime or nighttime session, depending on how you were wanting to come and watch different fighters. So thanks everybody. I will put the information about the event that I attended in the description, and even the map link to where I am here. I'm not that far from Minskaya metro station, and also Park Pobeda is really close as well. And it's in the general direction of where I live, which is even more of a bonus. Thumbs up if you like the video. If you want to see more videos like this, where I go to different things, different events, just different things, other than maybe some of the usual things on the channel, if that makes sense. Post a comment, thumbs up. If you want to follow me on social media, my Telegram channel is right here. It's really easy. And follow my daily travels. And if you want to watch an old video on the channel, I'll find something interesting for you to watch after this, and you can keep traveling with Russell. Okay everybody, I'm off on another adventure. Bye.